Is the Bitcoin price potentially getting ready to capitulate at some point over the next 24 to 48 hours? Let's dive in and analyze. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. Today we're going to discuss the Bitcoin price and the action inside the chart right now. No, my friends, this is not clickbait. We need to discuss some news here concerning the Bitcoin mining difficulty adjustment set to occur in roughly 24 hours time. Historically, we have seen this lead to some absolutely catastrophic price declines, so we need to discuss this. I'd also like to take a look at the Google Trends data, the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, and of course our classical technical analysis here inside the price chart. So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice. This is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin right here on the one-day time frame for Bitcoin. So clearly, at the time of recording, Bitcoin is still respecting and traveling inside this upward sloping parallel channel. This channel has maintained its higher low trajectory and for the time being still could be inside of a bullish consolidation. From an alternate perspective, we could also look at this as a possible ascending triangle bullish continuation pattern, right? In order for this to actually be confirmed as a possible bullish continuation pattern, we'd need to see Bitcoin break above this yellow line of resistance here around 10,000, hold above it, and then look to continue with an additional flagpole to the upside. Let's get this crypto. Right now, we have to be very, very diligent here though, my friends, because if Bitcoin is to lose not only this trend line here, right, but also create a new lower low, this could spell disaster for the bulls here, as this whole consolidation period could then become a possible failure, right? The probability for this to be a failure would certainly increase, in my opinion, if we lose this channel's trend line and go to a new lower low, right? Those are the two confirmations that I'm looking for right there: loss of the trend line and a new lower low. If those two occurrences happen, for me, I believe that the probability of continued further downside action certainly increases at that point. Let's get this crypto. My targets, if we are to break down for that, simply comes from the Fibonacci retracement tool here, okay? So we're going to pull from the bottom of our swing to the top of our swing there, and we could see that right now the price action has been respecting this 0.236 fib. Right. So if we lose the fib, which ironically happens to coincide with about the level of our new lower low, if we were to drop past it, right, this is essentially it. We have to start eyeballing the 0.382 level, which is about 7,900, okay? It also comes into confluence here with this whole area of price action, okay? We have a ton of support and resistance flips inside this range, and it would not surprise me to even just see the algorithms respect this, right? Doesn't always have to be humans. You have to remember that the Fibonacci retracement tool is a heavily used tool in all types of trading, let alone crypto. So it would not surprise me to potentially see some buy pressure come back in at this range if we do get a drop down towards this level. If that doesn't hold, well, right underneath it, we have a very promising range, in my opinion, which is this entire green box, and it coincides with the 0.5 fib and the 0.618 golden fib, which if you are subscribed here, you would know that, my friends, between the 0.5 and the 0.618 is what I call the honey hole of Don Carbanaccio. So we see that this whole range here tons of historic price action for potential new support, and it also falls right inside the honey hole. This to me is where I would be looking for the bulls to get very aggressive. If that's not another bounce spot, my friends, and we go through there, wow, I mean, that to me is a complete disaster, devastation, a debacle, whatever you'd like to call it. Because for me, this is the line in the sand. If we were to see a pullback of that magnitude, this is where the bulls have to keep control of the trend, or, my friends, things could get very, very ugly indeed. Let's get this crypto. So right now, I hope that you've seen my two confirmations that I'm looking for: a loss of the trend line here in this structure, then a new lower low. If that is to in fact happen, I've got my eyes on the 0.382 fib around 7,900, and then the honey hole of Don Carbonaccio anywhere from the mid 7,000s all the way into the 6,000s. Let's get this crypto. And of course, if we break out to the upside, I mean, please, my friends, keep in mind, even breaking this yellow line here, it's a weak confirmation, right? Breaking below these here, much stronger confirmation from a bearish perspective than breaking above this yellow line for me, okay? And why is that? Because we still have to understand that this macro box here of tentative resistance, this is a macro box, right? This is a micro structure. The macro always, in my opinion, requires more, it should be respected more than the micro, right? So really, this would be a good start to see that we got above that resistance, but I want to see the price action get above this whole box, okay? So basically, I want to see it get above 11,000 and consolidate before I could really start to say, hey, the bulls have negated this entire bearish structure. They've gotten above both of the points in the trend that we failed at previously, and we are now consolidating above them, hopefully turning old resistance into new support to potentially start the real bull market. Let's get this crypto. And on a more micro level, really it's above 10,500 and 10,800 that I'd like to see the bulls get to. But for me, we can just chalk it up to 11,000 flat. Okay, so right now, I mean, it's a stalemate. We're going to get into the other stuff, the mining difficulty adjustment, etc. right now, but you guys can see that clearly the direction of this trend is going to have to be defined very shortly here, in my opinion. We're still just chopping sideways. This range has been brutal for traders. I hope that you guys haven't been getting wrecked and destroyed in here. This is the type of range that perfectly destroys beginner traders. They use too much of their trading balance. They over leverage if they're into that. They over trade, right? Simply too many trades. And this type of chop in here is where you just get repeatedly stopped out of your trades, whether you're going long or short. Who can win in this range? Nobody wins. You know who wins is the bots, or excuse me, the house wins here, right? In terms of trading fees and things of that nature, right? Because the trend is going nowhere and the action just keeps chopping like this, right? So this is a very interesting range here, my friends. Personally, I'm still on the sidelines. I'm not getting caught up in this chip chop garbaggio in here, right? The Don is awaiting for a break of the structure with the types of confirmations that I've just pointed out for you guys, okay? Now, keep in mind here, let's go out to the weekly time frame here. I want to bring up the RSI and the MACD histogram here, all right? We need to understand that there is a possible hidden bearish divergence here on the weekly time frame, right? We could see the lower highs on the price action on the weekly with the ascending higher highs on the histogram there, right? Don't rule that out of the equation. Let's see if we go into the... Oh, here we are again. Sorry, I almost forgot this one here. We do here on a micro level, right? Just this action here. We do also have a classic bearish divergence where we've seen the highs continue upwards, right? But these highs on the RSI are now downwards, right? So we have a possible hidden bearish divergence from this high to this high. And on the micro level, just this action over here, we have a higher high and a lower high on the RSI for a classic bearish divergence. Let's get this crypto, all while still being underneath this red box of resistance. Just some more things to take into consideration here before we go into the news, okay? And my friends, if you are appreciating this stream thus far, please leave a thumbs up for the algorithm. I so appreciate it. It really helps the channel. And if you're brand new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all. Welcome to the channel. Now, let's take a look at the news here, okay? So I saw this article and I thought that it would be interesting to share with you all. And please, if you're one of these moonboy hodlers, oh Kirby, this is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. If you can't objectively look at news that is affecting the asset / commodity that you're involved with, I mean, my friend, you need to get out of that echo chamber. This is the type of information that you need to be aware of in order to have control over your analysis, right? So for me here, basically this was posted on June 12th, which now is several days ago. So we basically have about 24 hours to go here. And it's saying that we're going to get roughly a 10% mining difficulty adjustment. And we've seen that in the past, this has led to a drop in the hash rate, right? And historically, the drops in the hash rate have sometimes led to a decline in a price action, right? And we could see that right now, this article is saying investors are anticipating an increase in selling pressure as this happens. Okay, so it says right here, when the difficulty adjustment happens, miners will generate less Bitcoin, meaning the net inventory of BTC could turn negative once again, as was the case throughout May. Basically, they're saying that this has led to some negative action, okay? So for me right now, we have a bunch of bearishness looming there on the chart, right? Potentially still could be bullish. I understand, little James, but right now the trend structure has not broken the bearish downward trend, right? It just hasn't still. We're still on that downward sloping resistance trend line. We have not broken above the red box of resistance here, and there are more bearish factors in here than not, albeit we still are in a stalemate, right? The direction has not been defined yet, in my opinion. It's just that the factors at hand, to me, still look more possibly bearish than bullish right now, okay? And that this is a little bit of a warning sign, this article here. It doesn't have to amount to anything, okay? It doesn't have to amount to anything. I'm just putting it on your radar in case you weren't aware of this, okay? Let's get this crypto. Also here, let's look at the Google Trends data. This is the 5-year data worldwide. You guys know I used to cover this a lot, and then unfortunately it just got very boring, so I really wasn't looking at it much anymore. But we could see that the spikes here in the Google Trend data have certainly correlated with the spikes in the Bitcoin price almost perfectly, right? And what we could see right now is that we're back at an 11. I mean, for me, my friends, this is where we've seen the most dull price action for Bitcoin is down in these low vicinities. So I mean, it makes a lot of sense. The halving is over. We saw a lot of this search volume come in from the hype of the halving, and now it's cooled off quite a bit, essentially back down to these levels where not much has happened. So in terms of that, I also would say it leans a bit bearish, just from a perspective of that there's not a ton of hype coming in, right? When we saw these spikes, the price action increased. Now, we're just seeing a fall off. I mean, I certainly think it's harder for the price action to increase when we're not seeing an uptick in people looking for Bitcoin on Google, right? Let's get this crypto. Also here, the crypto fear and greed index. We could see that this right now has found a bottom here, right around 39 to 40 was support there. Over here, 39 to 40 support. And here we are once more, 39 to 40 support. It's essentially formed a flat line of support along the bottom. So simply put, for me, my friends, if we drop below that 38 level, things could get more bearish for Bitcoin. The sell pressure could increase under that level, as that could be a capitulation line. And just the same around the top. 56 on top, 52 there, 56 there, 54. So basically getting above a 55 could possibly coincide here with getting above this resistance line and this becoming one gigantic ascending triangle bull flag, right? So again, all of this, I hope that when I'm showing you this, you're not saying, oh, Kirby, so it can go up or it can go down. I really hope there's not many of those types of people left in the market at this point, ladies and gentlemen. It's so difficult when people have such a feeble mind like that. Oh, Kirby, up or down? It's not up or down, James. We're identifying that there are two lines in the sand here, right? And that there are other pieces of data here, such as this fear and greed index, showing the same thing. There's been a line of resistance for the greed and a line of support for the fear. And if we break above or below one of those, which could coincide with the exact type of support and resistance lines we have on the price chart, that we could see further action potentially in the direction of that break. Let's get this crypto. So my friends, right now we are at the crossroads here for a very interesting time for Bitcoin. This equilibrium, I think, is going to break in an absolutely spectacular way. Either it's going to capitulate into the abyss, which Don Curbonaccio will potentially be looking to short, potentially be looking to pick up some maybe long positions down in this range, or if we break out to the upside, you best believe that Don will be looking for that type of action as well. I'm looking to potentially crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can, my friends. Right now, I'm just remaining cool, calm, and collected, waiting like a ninja in the shadows, preparing to strike and get this crypto. I hope that you haven't got destroyed in the chop. I mean, sometimes patience is the best play, right? I've been on the sidelines here. Personally, I'm awaiting for a position. If you want to see how I'll be personally setting up all of my trades, personally setting up all of my strategies for the potential break of this structure, my friends, you get all of that type of information from me exclusively in VIP. Exactly where I'll be looking to enter my trades, exactly where I'll be looking to exit my trades, potentially take profit on my trades, all of my strategies, additional insights, all of it. I can only be on YouTube here once per day at most. So if you want to see all of that information, my friends, I post all of that exclusively for you in VIP. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. My friends, I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let me know what you think of this here, the mining difficulty adjustment. It could turn out to mean nothing, right? I just wanted you to be aware that this is something that's going to occur. Okay, and obviously here it's showing that this could lead to an increase in sell pressure, just to mix it into the pot with all of the other potentially bearish things we've seen inside the Bitcoin chart. Obviously, we are still in an equilibrium. Just pointing out that for me, the bears do seem to have a little bit more sentiment rolling in their direction right now with those possible double bearish divergences on the weekly time frame still underneath this red box of resistance, things of that nature, right? But right now we're just awaiting that break. So if you did appreciate this here, my friends, once again, please leave a thumbs up for the algorithm. It really helps, and I so appreciate it. I hope you appreciate me. And like I said earlier, if you're brand new, I do streams like this nearly once per day. So hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, select all, welcome to the channel. That will give you all of my notifications when I upload. And my friends, I'm preparing right now for whenever this break of structure occurs. Right now, it's been about 6 weeks of nothingness. But when it breaks, I'm expecting it to break pretty hard. That's my opinion there. So I'm getting ready to potentially crush this move for a potential life-changing trading opportunity if it does in fact arise. And I will keep you updated with my exact entries, exits, targets, positions, strategies, insights, all of it exclusively in VIP. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now. And until next time, my friends, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.